All right, everybody, guess what? It's your boy Ed again. I'm back, but this time we're going to talk about something very different. As you guys all know, I love to talk about financial success and personal finance. In this case, we're going to take a little bit of a different angle. By the way, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. Then to the right of that, you'll see the little bell. That's not a cowbell. That's a bell to remind you that I'm going to be dropping another video over and over again. And by the way, on that note, please let me know what kind of content you would love for me to cover that I haven't already. So let's get right into it. I want everybody to meet somebody that, you know what, this has been, you know how Ferraris are really fast from 0 to 60? Well, in this case, friendship happened 0 to 60 in about 1 second. When I met this guy at one of these Zoom virtual networking events, I just knew we're going to be buddies forever. And you know what? We've already fostered a great friendship, and what he does is very unique. So I want you to really pay close attention, because this is a great opportunity to expand your ability to make multiple income streams, right? Number one, and maybe opportunities that you just haven't really thought about. So on that note, please meet Rich. He is, you're the president, right, of your company, and you're the founder?
Yeah, I'm the founder. I'm the person. So
the person,
yeah.
The big kahuna, as they say in Hawaii. Well, thank you so much, Rich, for allowing me to interview you today, man, because when you told me what you did, franchising is one of those words that can mean so many different things, and I think people have preconceived notions of what it's like and what it's about, including me. And so I wanted just to chat with you, just kind of define what franchising is, and maybe tackle a couple of myths and some facts, and maybe even if you could start touching, because I want to do some multiple videos with you, maybe start to touch on the different types of franchises. So let's start out with, what is a franchise?
That's a fantastic question, and I appreciate you having me on here. So a franchise is basically a model that is set up, and it's a proven system that's duplicatable. It's as simple as that. It's a proven simple model that's duplicatable, and that's what a franchise is.
Okay. Now, and franchises cover all kinds of different types of businesses, right? Whether it's a donut shop, a restaurant, it could be a hair salon, it could be a massage, that kind of thing, right? It could be all kinds of stuff.
Absolutely.
Right? As we can see behind you.
There's a gamut. Yeah, these are all home services, but there's, believe it or not, in America, there's 4,000 franchises.
4,000?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. What are some of the more popular ones?
Well, obviously restaurants are huge, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've all heard of the McDonald's, the KFCs, the Taco Bells, the Chick-fil-A's. You have to have multiple millions of dollars, because those you just don't, you're not buying one, you're buying multiples. So the franchises that I deal in is more for, the everyday guys like us. I mean, yes, we have some you can go up to $1 million if you're investing in real estate, but most of these franchises you can get in under 200,000 to start out with. Wow.
Okay. What are some examples of ones that you've seen that have been very successful over the years?
I'll tell you what, one that's so successful right behind me is home services, because everybody owns a home. Most people own a home in America, right?
Right.
So if you need something done, it's very simple. You just call Mr. Electric or Mr. Roto-Rooter or, Glass Doctor, Mr. Handyman. You call these guys and they're there. I have 7 of these franchises in my backyard, in fact, right now where I live, in a very small city, Johnson City, Tennessee. In fact, just moved a 3rd franchise of another
Uh-oh, we froze. Are you there?
Oh man, what happened, dude?
I don't know. It got frozen, but keep going. No worries.
So just my neighbor just bought a Mr. Handyman, which is the 8th franchise in this area of the home services program. Yeah, a lot of different franchises.
Now, is there typically, do you need experience in those areas of where you're buying the franchise? Like, for example, if you're doing Roto-Rooter, then plumbing?
No, it's not necessary. And a lot of people, it's a great question, and a lot of people ask that question because they think I've got to be an expert in it. Well, you don't, because that's what a franchise is about. It's already a proven model and system You just have to be able to follow directions and follow the system that they have in place for you.
So it comes already with a plug-and-play system that you just have to memorize and be willing to follow.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So I guess that's one of the benefits as well of franchising, that you don't have to reinvent or invent the wheel from the get, right?
That's the biggest difference between, a lot of people ask me, what's the difference between a traditional business, your moms and pops business, nothing wrong with them at all, and a franchise? Well, the moms and pops business, if you go talk to them, it's taken them 5 to 7 years to get their feet off the ground, a lot of mistakes, cost them a lot of money and a lot of time. But with a franchise, that's why you have a franchise fee. You're paying that huge fee up front, and you're paying for all that, where you can start day one to be successful.
You're off to the races. Now, is it a 2-tier fee? Is it an upfront fee, like you mentioned, $250,000 or less, and then there's a monthly, or based on profitability, or is it several different types?
No, that's a great question. So you have a franchise fee that you'll pay, initial fee, and then you have what we call working capital to get you started in that business, whatever it takes to get you started. Now, when you own a franchise, it's usually a 10-year term for most franchises. Okay. And in that term, you pay a monthly royalty fee based off your profits back to the corporation.
I see. Okay. And what does that get you, by the way?
The main thing that gets you is, first of all, the marketing. The national marketing is already there. They're already established. People know who they are. But secondly, his support.
Support, which is critical.
It is. It's critical to your business and to make it work.
Because don't most businesses that are just from the ground up fail within the first 3 years, like 80-something%?
First 3 to 5 years, 80% fail.
What are the numbers for franchising?
Well, franchising can be just the same, except that's the purpose of people like me, is to filter and basically eliminate, hopefully, those failures. Because what I do is I do a referral. Once I pre-qualify someone, I will do a referral to that franchise corporation, and I've done already 70% of the work. The franchise corporation will then do the other 30% of the work, making sure it's a good fit for them, because they do not want to offer a franchise territory to a person that they don't feel will be successful.
Okay, so there is an initial vetting, and so where you come in, Rich, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that you and your company have decided to really be a model matching company, right? To really maximize the person who does engage, their success in reality, because if you don't do the vetting up front, then it can be disastrous.
Oh yeah, it could be, and that's the thing. There's a lot of people think you can just go pay $150,000, buy a franchise, and you're done. If you breathe on a mirror, you got the cash that'll sell it. Well, that's not necessarily the truth. You have to have the qualifications, you have to have the desire, you have to have the capital. That's all true. But the thing that we do to help you or help a person is focus on the areas of interest, and then we'll narrow it down. It's process of elimination. Sure. And it's a 3 to 9 month process. It's not overnight.
Oh, the vetting is 3 to 9 months.
The vetting.
Oh, wow. So interest, backgrounds, I would say, right? Yeah. Okay. Time availability, commitment, financial time, all these things. Now, you had mentioned something to me before, that you could be either an owner operator, which you're all in. You could be kind of like mid-level, meaning that you're not always there, but you're kind of an owner, semi-active, right? Or semi-absentee, as you mentioned, and then you could just be an absentee owner. Tell us a little bit about those 3 different tiers.
All right, so we'll start at the top with an absentee owner. Anytime you are going to do less, you're going to pay more. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're talking $1 million up usually to be an absentee owner, because you've got to have people in place to run that company for you. A semi-absentee is what the majority of businesses are out there. You can build a business 2 to 5 years and slowly pull back, and you still got your thumbprint on the business, kind of watching over it, working in it maybe 10, 15 hours a week, but you still have the right management in place to run that business.
Got it.
Now, a owner-operator is a whole different ballgame, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people want just a home-based business that they can own themselves and run. Well, that's great, but what I try to explain to them is that truly is buying a job. It's truly because you're in it 60 hours a week.
Yeah, yeah.
The only way to really be successful and work that passive income in a franchise is start to remove yourself, hire enough people to run the business, spread out your territory, expand your business, and that's really
delegate, duplicate yourself. Yeah. And be a real business owner.
That's right.
As opposed to a practitioner.
That's it.
Okay, that makes total sense. Well, thank you so much for all this information, Rich. It's a great starting point, everybody. If you're looking into owning a business, look, if you're daydreaming right now at your job about owning your own business, maybe this is the best way to start out, right? Doesn't mean this is the way you always have to operate. Maybe you have a franchise and you start another business later on once you get your feet wet of what it's like to actually run a business. Something to consider, right? So how do people get a hold of you, Rich?
The best way is the phone number on the bottom of my screen there, 423-408-1711. They can text me or call me. Voicemail would be best because I work with clients all day, but I will get back.
Okay, fantastic. So there you go. If you're even thinking about starting a business, I suggest you talk to Rich first to kind of really get the lay of the land when it comes to franchising. Maybe this is a great entry point for you. All right, buddy. Well, Happy New Year. Can you believe 2020 is here? January is almost gone. Here we go. Another rocket ship of a year.
It has been fast, man, and January's already out of here, 11 months to go.
I can't even believe it. Well, let's talk again, and we will drill down as to the different types of franchises and what it really takes in later episodes. All right, guys, have a great day. Take care.